What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to a new episode of GBA. In this video, we're going to continue my Sega Saturn series, which is my collecting journey for the Sega Saturn. I'm not going to mention it in every video, but basically the Polymega sparked my interest for collecting the Sega Saturn again, so I started buying Sega Saturn games. So in the last video, the first video of this series, I showed my original 7 Sega Saturn games before I decided to start collecting for the system again. So in this video, we're looking at we're looking at 4 games that came in the mail over the last few days, and I'm going to tell you there's some stinkers in this set of games, but there is one very, very good game that I'm sure you guys will be excited to look at the end of the video. But starting out with one of the worst fighting games I've ever played, we have Resurrection Rise 2. Or Rise 2 Resurrection, however you say that. So yeah, this, I don't know if you guys played them, but this is basically a sequel to the Rise of the Robots game. I can't really remember what systems that it came out on. I want to say it was around the 16-bit generation, if I remember correctly. Rise of the Robots had great graphics, and this game does look pretty good too. Not a huge jump from the first game in my opinion, but this is a really, really bad fighting game. It's hard to get a routine in this game. The mechanics are just not very good. It's clunky. The controls are just not responsive in this game. It's just not good. The one thing this does have going for it is there's a lot of selectable characters. So if you like games like that has a lot of different people you can play as, this could be the game for you. But I'm here to tell you this is one of the worst fighting games I've ever played, and stay away from it. That's just my opinion. But it's cool to have it in the collection. It's a cheap game, so if you guys are trying to collect for the Sega Saturn and you're looking for cheap games, this is a good one to pick up. But it's not fun. Alright, so this game is not much better than Rise 2 there, but we have Hyper 3D Pinball. So I want to start out by saying I love virtual pinball. I have a virtual pinball cabinet that I built here in the game room that plays a ton of pinball machines. So I do want to say I do love virtual pinball, but this is early virtual pinball, and it's just not very good. You can't see the whole playfield, at least from what I've played. So as the ball travels up the playfield, it scrolls with the ball. Can get a little bit disorientating. It's hard to keep up with what you're doing on the table. It moves fast. It's a fluid game. It looks pretty good, but it's just not fun. Virtual Pinball definitely wasn't ready at this point in time, at least in my opinion, but this is not good. Once again, a cheap game, so if you're looking for games to pick up on the cheap, this is one to get. And it's not overly terrible. It's not like Rise 2 terrible, but still not a very good game. But I'm happy to have it in my collection. Alright, so this game is interesting. So here we have Thunder Strike 2. And what's interesting about this game is I cannot play this. So as you see, you're not going to see any gameplay of this in the video. And the reason why is because this game does not work on the Polymega. I tried it several times and I could not get it to work. In this game, you can get to the startup screen. You can even start a mission, pick your helicopter, choose what guns you want on it. But then when it goes into the gameplay, you just have a helicopter noise and a blank screen. So unfortunately, I cannot play this. So the Polymega claims about 90% compatibility. This must be one of the ones that does not work. And it's just funny that in the first 10 or 11 games I've played, I've found one that does not work. But nonetheless, the game looks like it's probably pretty fun. Standard helicopter combat game or whatnot, but unfortunately, I don't know. I'll probably hook my Saturn up at some point in time and play this and see how it is. But as far as the Polymega goes, currently, it does not work. Now, Polymega is constantly pushing out updates on the system, so maybe that will work one day in the near future. So the last game to talk about, and one of the ones I wanted to pick up immediately when I decided to start collecting for the Saturn, is Three Dirty Dwarfs. And as you can see, this is in a DVD case, and the reason why is because I bought a loose disc. So there is our disc right there, if you guys are curious what that looks like. So yeah, I bought a loose disc. I went online, printed out the artwork, and put it in a DVD case. It'll look fine on my shelf. So this game complete is a pretty expensive game. I don't really know exactly how much it's going for, but if I remember correctly, it's over 120 bucks. So I bought this off of Mercari, and the guy had it listed for 70 or best offer. I want to say I offered him $55 and he accepted it, so I got the loose disc for $55. And like I said, it looks good in this case on the shelf to me. I don't sell my games, so I don't mind printing out artwork. I know basically if I ever did sell this, which I highly doubt I ever would, I would just sell it as a loose disc and just include the case as a bonus. But Three Dirty Dwarfs is a side-scrolling beat-em-up. At least what I've played so far. I haven't played any of these games more than an hour. But you're three dwarfs, and you can switch between the dwarfs on the fly, and each dwarf has a different attack and stuff like that. So I'm guessing as the game progresses, you know, maybe you need to be a certain dwarf to get past certain spots. I'm not entirely sure. But this is a fun game. It's got a great, unique graphic style. The audio tracks are interesting, I guess you could say. But it's just a whole lot of fun. If you like side-scrolling beat-em-ups, I would strongly suggest picking this game up. It's really, really good. The cutscenes, like when the game starts and stuff, are fantastic. That's one thing I gotta say about Saturn and most systems that, you know, started out with, you know, the early FMV stuff. A lot of times those cutscenes and the cinematics of the games are so much fun to watch. Kind of in a it's so bad it's good kind of way. But yeah, Three Dirty Dwarfs, great game, interesting mechanics. Switching between the characters on the fly is really, really cool, and the art style is superb. So this, highly, highly recommend it. And if you don't want to pay over $100 for it, do what I did and find a loose disc. But I must admit, most of the loose discs I see online are going for close to $100 too. I just kind of looked out getting this one for $55. But yeah, so guys, that is our video today for the Sega Saturn series collecting tour guide thing. But let me know what you guys thought about these games. Do you own any of these? What was your favorite game in this lot? I have a strong feeling you guys are going to like Three Dirty Dwarfs. But yeah, I would love to have a little conversation with you guys about the Sega Saturn. Let me know what games I should pick up next. Maybe I already have, who knows. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys. But that's probably going to do it for this video. But first I want to say thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. If you know anybody who might like this kind of content, please share the video around. I'm always looking to grow a channel. But for now, guys, I'm probably going to go play some video games. Maybe open up some boxes. Try to enjoy the rest of my evening. Hope you do too. So until next time, everyone, I'll see you later.